how does our science relate to the real world? So you're not just learning science in isolation. So when we're learning about cells, taking that to the next level, because making sure there's a connection from what they learn in elementary school, middle school, and high school, and how they can actually start to be problem solvers, and then not waiting on other people or other countries to solve the problems, especially we have here. So our focus, even with this aquaponics lab, first to be able to feed, you know, your school, your home, then community, then also being able to take the fish and the vegetables and feed other countries.
My name is Michaela DeShiel. I'm in 4th grade, and today I'm going to show you our aquaponics lab in our school. So over here, this is our NFT system, and we grow all of our plants without soil. As you can see, we start using clay rocks for a specific reason. So when we first got our aquaponics lab, we used to use soil because we didn't know the consequences that could happen. Because we found out that fish produce ammonia, so we didn't need to use soil anymore, and soil gets clogged in the tubes that the water runs through. We grow our plants without soil because of our fish tanks. In this fish tank over here, we have tilapia and goldfish. When the fish produce ammonia through their waste and through their gills, it goes through our siphon, which is right here, and it goes into our clarifier, and it gathers into a pile. Over here, our water filtration system, and it gets filtered because when the cycle starts all over again, we don't want it going into our tanks again being black. So when the cycle starts, it goes through these black tubes or pipes up here through our water filtration system, and it gives nutrients to all our plants and fish. So when it goes through all the plants and all the plants get nutrients, it goes through our big water can, as you can see right here. So when it gets up to about this height, the cycle, it goes through this white tube you see in there, and then it travels along. Well, every 2 hours and 15 minutes when the cycle starts over, it goes through all the white pipes, up this white pipe. We have 3 different kinds of fish in 2 separate tanks. In this tank we have tilapia and goldfish, and in that tank we have bluegill fish that we're trying to take some of the bluegill fish out of this tank so they won't die. And the reason is because goldfish and tilapia need a warm climate, so we have a heater in this pool, and there is no heater in the other pool. This is our raft system, or a deep water culture. It kind of works the same as our NFT system, which I showed you earlier. It does the same process. We have holes with our plants so the roots can get ammonia from the bluegill fish in here. The only way the NFT system and the deep water culture are different, they're in different containers. So this is lettuce right here, and those are peas right there. And we have beans right here.
My name is Mr. Figueres. I am the Robotics and Engineering Instructor here at Ronald E. McNair Discovery Learning Academy. This is our Robotics and Engineering Laboratory. This year, one of the things that we are doing is we are taking off with flight. We have introduced a new aviation curriculum and component to our school, and so today we've got some students in exploring with aeronautics. So we are doing everything in aeronautics, from discovering the forces that act on flying machines to maneuvering the control surfaces of an airplane. After the kids have understood all of those things, then they get a chance to fly on a top-notch flight simulator. All right, this is our flight simulator. All pilots that learn how to fly must be trained on a flight simulator before you go and fly a real plane. This plane that we're flying is called a Cessna Skyhawk. Pilots usually learn how to fly on a Cessna because it is a single-engine, single-propellered plane. It goes very slow, so it allows you to learn how to take off and land pretty easily. The scenario has us taking off from DeKalb Peachtree Airport. So we're actually in Atlanta as we're flying around. So this scenario is also set up in a non-attack mode, meaning there are no weapons on the plane, as well as, when you try to land, if you're near something, you don't have to worry about it. You'll just go right through it, because this simulation is to teach us how to fly. So we're learning how to take off and learning how to land. Now again, this scenario is set up where you can land anywhere in the city. Even though you see buildings and those kinds of things, if we get close to them, we're just going to go straight through them. So don't worry about that. All right, now once you touch down, you want to push the yoke all the way in. Because what's happening is, as the plane is touching down, it's wanting to bounce up and come back up. So once it touches down, push the yoke all the way in. That's right. And that'll keep you on the ground. And guess what? You survived. Now, I might have needed a barf bag to fly with you, but you made it. Yay! Awesome.